for. Say she have a wine for me, a sweet, sweet wine for me. She have a real nice wine for me, a Julie wine, 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 Julie, wine, Julie. You ready, Julie, wine, Julie, wine, Julie. I want it, Julie, wine, Julie, wine, Julie. I love that wine. Don't send it with Lola, don't send it with my rule. You have to bring it for yourself and bring it soon. Don't send it by taxi, don't send it by mail. You know you have the best wine and you never fail. Julie have the best, taking it this season. Wrap it up like a gift, love is the reason. Julie have the best, will give me any season. Sharing is caring, love is the reason. Have a wine for me. Sweet, sweet wine for me. She have a real nice wine for me. A wine to drink, a Julie wine. Yeah, she wine, Julie, wine, Julie. Yeah, lady Julie, wine, Julie, wine, Julie. I want it, Julie, wine, Julie, wine, Julie. I love that wine. Last year, December was the last time I could remember Julie give me a wine. She had my head spinning like a limbo top. Every time the glass empty, she pouring non-stop. Julie is my friend, can't wait to interact with whether in the hot sun or in the pouring rain. Julie, have your friend, give me that wine again. Invitation accepted, please don't blow my brain. Have a wine, a real, a sweet, sweet, a Julie, a wine, wine, wine. So wine, Julie, wine, Julie, wine, Julie, wine, Julie. I love that. Fellas, while you're watching this so far, like all you know what I'm talking about. You never get the best wine from a Julie. Wine so best have your eyes rolling to the back of your head like you're going Bazoni. As long as I get it happy. Sweet, sweet, sweet wine from Julie. I say as long as I get it happy. Your reviews that best wine from Julie. Come on, wine. All the ladies on the line. Wine, Julie. What's your name again? I'll see your wine. You know I can't wine it. I want to see you. Who coming with me? Who coming with me? Wine, Julie. Chica, where? Wine, Julie. Really, where? Muchas gracias, señorita. Thank you very much, folks. This is Travis Young, the inside with the Boom team and the ladies on the inside. Much love to you all. Thank you. That was Julie Wine. You could look for it on YouTube. You'll be hearing it on the radio stations right now as the parang season go forth. And you can find me anyway on the internet. Type in Trevor G, the best looking Trevor G on the internet. Well,
Oh, God.
Yes, Trevor.
All right. So yes, people, we start off with the parang season. Yes, and this is Real Talk Live. This evening is a real hot topic, eh? A woman, the new man. That's the topic today. So gonna be real, I find every week it's like rotating men on the live or something. Cause Mike not here today, so I don't know what's going on now. Right? So the rotation taking place. So be waiting for Trevor G2 to jump in the conversation to hear his views on whether women are the new men, what's really taking place. So that question, do you all agree with it? Just like, just no technicalities. Do you all believe that women are the new men?
I believe
like
so.
Yes or no? You
I believe so, yeah. I believe so, yes.
Candy?
Yeah.
Right? I think it's what to say? Yes. I think it depends on the person that you are in a relationship with. That would be my additional part. Yes, it all depends on who you're in a relationship with. You might really feel that women are truly the new men.
Nobody
Yeah.
asked me.
So we have, yeah, Trevor. So what do you think?
What is a man and what is a woman?
There's a controversial scenario. Big up Trevor Jim. Man, I'm a
You know, as
stream
a
of
man,
that
you know, as a
controversy.
woman, you could accept anything as new.
Yeah, man. So, I know Trevor have a word to say. We have the ladies. We have England in the center pocket here. We have
Yes.
Candy Barbara on the upstairs. We have
Whoop,
Chica on
whoop.
the up front. So it's full tonight, whenever you're looking at this. A woman, the new men, place in the comment section. We have Trevor, so you know all you're going on get some kind of thing. Hey, look here, girl, why? Big up Mary on the inside.
And Trevor G as well, Rihanna. Trevor G is on the inside today.
Yeah.
Can't forget we
So
born
Trevor, we waiting
Trevor.
to hear the new kid on the block on the sit-down session. We waiting to hear, so give us your perspective.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you all for having me on the forum this evening here. Boom team, much love. And much love to see all the ladies. I love to be around the ladies because the ladies, the women are women. The woman could never be a man. So I'm happy to be among the women this evening here. And I like the topic. And when you were born, you could either be born male or female. You could either be born a man child or a woman child. All right, that is naturally. Spiritually, as we are in this dimension here, we have the duality. So the female energy and the male energy have been split. And that's how we have male and female here. And as we would continue to exist, we would continue to battle with these type of discourse and conversation because how we live in here, we have to experience each other and we have to live amongst each other and we'll always have, these little back and forth with each other. And I am happy to be male man. When I look at myself in the mirror naked, I see a full man. I'm thankful for that. I am not confused. I'm not confused. I'm in spirit.
Nice.
So I'm happy to be a male man and I'm happy for women who are women. If we are talking about relationship, then I think it's just about balance, like everything else in life. And we have challenges because we go out of balance. When we go out of balance, we create things like devils and demons and bad and good, etc. Once we remain in balance, everything is just correct. And we have a lot of challenges because we just go off balance, you know what I mean? And in relationship, we would have fight of place because we don't know our rules, and for different reasons, men are trampling on women, so women want to rise up. For different reasons, some men don't know themselves, so women would be above them. But no one is supposed to be above each other or anything like that. We're just supposed to understand rules and work well with each other, you know what I mean? And when we can't achieve that, then we'll have battle.
True that.
So much
Yeah, so Trevor,
So true.
what will you say are the roles of men? What are the roles of men?
Well, the role of men will always be to be a man. And in different society that I realize, and in different cultures and from different time zones going back and going forward, we would see the role of a man being mainly to one, as they say, to cover, to bring forth, to establish, to be king in home and so forth. And there's so many things. Regardless of what society you live in or what culture you're from, wherever. You find it out general things
I find Trevor well behaving himself amongst the ladies tonight, boy.
Yeah, ladies is good.
I find he behaves, and here find so the behavior, boy, politically, anatomically correct, boy. I'm watching him, and I'm good, I'm a soldier. Before we go deeper into the thing, we have a little clip to take in because we had some guys, we like little man cave vibes. It's kind of like a man cave kind of vibration. Because what we see now is that roles on our whole being providers, and I find we see in our society men, I just say taking advantage, but I find men get lazy. Normally, I just be jumping on the women them through there. Chica know that. Chica know I just come for them girl and them. But I find of late now, boy. I find fellas getting comfortable. So we come to give the fellas them a little rebuke tonight now. I seen fellas, ladies working 3 jobs, paying for everything.
Yep.
And I find the fellas them the comfortable home and that's why I see it much. So let me take in this video and all I could deal with it after. Let me take in this video. Because
roles and duties that were traditionally done by males may now be carried out by females or vice versa. But how do people really feel about it? Do you have a problem with paying for dinner?
No, not at all.
If you really want to take me on a date, why are you not paying?
Okay.
It should be a 50-50.
Yes. Why?
Because, like, she gotta eat too.
If I pay for dinner, I ain't gotta give up the cookie all the time.
There you have it. Would you be cool being a stay-at-home dad?
Hell yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I could do that.
So why is he a stay-at-home dad?
You making so much money out of controlled balling. He don't need to work.
You gotta be doing something.
Could you respect a man if you made more money than him?
Sure.
Hell yeah, because that's going to motivate me to do more.
It doesn't matter to me for real, as long as we're both happy.
I mean, I can make a little more than you, but as long as you kind of catching up, then it's fine.
Would you accept a marriage proposal from a woman?
I think traditionally the man should do it.
Now,
Okay.
I'll drop some hints,
Right.
but I'm not asking.
You ain't asking at all.
No.
You better ask me,
You better ask.
or it's over.
If I really love her and I'm really down with it, then yeah, I would accept that.
That has to be me.
If I loved him enough, yes.
You ain't got no problem with that.
I don't got no problem. Get on the one knee.
If she popped the question to you, would you be down with yes?
Well, it would have to depend on the time of the day, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, more from the street.
Whoa. We got my man Steve Harvey in the house with us.
Yes, sir.
I want to know, how do we feel about switching up gender roles? Steve.
See, I'm from a different generation, so the way I was raised, it was an unthinkable thing to do this back where I'm from. And as I've gotten older, it's still unacceptable to me. For me, it will go against everything that I was meant to be in terms of what I was taught manhood was about. I can't have a woman taking care of me.
That's what make a man a man. Hold on. Here's what I think. This is just me thinking, this is forward thinking, where we are. Let's think about the bacon, okay? Let's say your woman makes 10 times the bacon you make.
I'd be the happiest man in the world.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, because
you know
she got 10 times more than me.
Come on now. I'm going to culinary school. I'm going to learn to cook that thing out.
I'm going to wear something nice for you.
I'm going to wear something nice for you when you come home. My knees going to be out.
You going to have your little négligé on?
Yeah, based on that, I can see myself with Oprah. Yeah.
I'm going to be good with a Miss Parker from across the street. Come on. I ain't tripping.
You be good with a Monique.
Yeah, I would.
Y'all wrong for
I
that.
would. Come on, Coach. What about your tradition, Coach? I know you got some deep-rooted traditions where you're from, Coach.
Yeah. You know, I'm an alpha male. You know what I mean? And I feel like as times are changing and the world is turning, it's more important to wave your flag strong as alpha male. You got to wave it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with you 100%. You know, I'm not necessarily old school, but I was raised by the old school, and I believe in that 100%. Like a woman, she needs to feel protected by her man. She needs to feel taken care of in every sense of the word. So,
but see, here's another part that this goes to is that the new evolution of woman is partly our fault. It's all our fault.
Okay.
I'll go there with you. Because we have neglected our responsibilities to make a woman
Exactly.
feel protected. To make a woman
And
feel
that's
like
why you can even have this kind of conversation.
But part of that is how many brothers have seen protection from a man.
That's right.
And so a lot of us had dads or a father figure or a granddad or an uncle. And even if he had some shit on him and wasn't perfect, we still saw him work every day. We saw him come home every day.
Right.
We saw him do certain things. And we were like, this is what a man is supposed to do. And so even if as we've evolved into this new space where men become more communicative and we talk about things that our parents, I talk about things with my wife my dad could have never talked about with my mom. But my wife still expects me to show up with certain things intact.
But see, here's what's happened. Women today have lesser choices. And it's really not the women's fault. They're just dealing with the residue that's left. That's right. For so many fatherless homes. And so now you got young cats on the tape like up here. Yeah, I ain't got no problem staying home. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, a woman got to pay for my food. Oh man, it's 50-50. It ain't 50-50. Partner, a relationship with a woman, with a wife, is not 50-50. That's right. No. If you're married, it's 85-15. The woman get 85, you get 15. That's really the way it works. They do more, they're responsible.
I didn't know
more.
this.
Yeah, man.
Wait, hold on.
I have to bring you in.
Wait.
Come on, boy.
You're just a baby.
No.
Yes.
I mean, when you said it wasn't 50-50, I
no,
said,
it's
okay,
not 50-50.
60-40, 70-30.
No, it's not. This is how it works. It requires a woman more money to dress, to take care of herself, to run the household. You're not really good at running the household. You don't know where the kids, you don't know when soccer practice is.
Where the kids at?
You ain't been to NAB, PTA meeting. You don't know nothing. You just ignorant.
So who's the teacher again?
That's right. You don't know nothing. A woman knows virtually everything to really run that empire. I'm doing what I do. I protect, provide, and profess. The 3 P's that a man show love. So if you're not providing for your woman, you're not protecting her, and you're not professing your love for her, what you doing? And until we start teaching this to the younger generation, they actually think that a girl supposed to pay for something.
But Slate, what do you think about one, the marriage proposal piece? Would you take a marriage proposal from a woman?
Me personally, no. I wouldn't take the proposal because, again, I think I'm from an old school, and I think men, we go get our woman. We get the woman I want. And if I'm sitting around her and she got to ask me, I probably don't want to marry you. Look here, man go out and get his woman, prepare a place for his woman, and set it out for his woman, and she take care of it. It ain't supposed to be the other way around.
But here's what's interesting. So there's cats that are with a woman, her career is on a whole nother level than his, she making money, he stays home. I don't think that means he's emasculated, because I think even to your point, Steve, if y'all got a relationship where, listen, sister's career is the top career, that doesn't mean you can't protect. That doesn't mean that you can't show love. It means though, wait though. It means though, you got to be clear about what your role is.
Yeah. I can understand this. Things that got a little, off kilter, she making more money, that's cool. And you decide to you got to stay at the house for a time with the kids. There's nothing in me that's going to allow myself to sit here the entire time while my girl go out and kill everything we eat, and I'm sitting at the house babysitting.
But wait, Steve, what is more important than making sure your kids, your sons, your daughters are prepared for the world? And if it's a brother at the house who said, listen, she got this financial thing, but I'm about to prepare some soldiers in the house. It don't mean that he ain't sitting there doing nothing. But we have said as men that babysitting, it ain't babysitting. It's preparing our babies for the world in a way that they need to be prepared. And sometimes you got to create, a model.
Your kids. It ain't
babysitting.
But it's like this.
Hell no, though.
I can't show my sons, and I can't give my daughters the vision of a man sitting at the house while the woman is out getting it. I can't make my daughter think that's cool, and I damn sure can't make this boy think this is cool. The family folds up, and your ass was at the house when the family sank. What we talking about here?
Steve, there are things that you can do around the house.
Like what?
Mow the grass.
Mow the grass.
Break some leaves around here.
Break some
What's your fold game look like, huh?
Fold some clothes.
One over, two to the side, like this.
On that show, y'all, hold up. Because brother to brother, I need my drink refilled.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's go to.
Oh gosh. I was spilling it there. Good evening, Jean. Good evening, Julie. Julie, long time no see. Good evening, Sonali. And everybody else on the live. Yeah, that was a real nice video there. So ladies, will you all propose to your significant other? Will you all do the proposal? Guys?
Nope.
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Well, Trevor G, will you take a proposal? Accept a proposal from a woman? Trevor G, so sexual.
I am. There's certain things I really deal with and things. And
right.
Certain words that people just use and certain expressions and certain orders and things I don't really follow. So things like proposal don't really mean nothing. But you must know this is your woman and you must know this is your man. That's why
All right. Good evening, Sudal. And hi, Lauren. Yes, very interesting topic.
Fellas,
Lion, you want to take a proposal or you accepting a proposal from a woman?
Like a Gresham, man. You see, again, when we talking about the rules, I take a proposal like that. When you're looking at what he said there, what Steve said, when he cannot give his sons the vision of being comfortable, the woman working, she tail off, and you just home. I think that make more sense practically in this world. We're not living back in the days where one income was sufficient to survive. As them fellas say, digestive gone up and kiss gone up. Right? And if digestive gone up and kiss gone up, what is left to be going up is things that we would have to pay a lot more money for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's two incomes. We have to be real and practical aside from just being, with this. Right? A serious woman knowing what she wants and good. I don't have no problem with women being whatever they want to be because they still can't be it whether I like it or not. Team Sagittarius on the top, we are all kind of people, right?
Yes, I don't sure that either.
Yeah. Trevor, what I am saying, I mean, I know you come from the old school. When I hear old school, we come from the old school. And I agree that men should not give their boy children or their daughters a vision that a man should feel comfortable. Now, within the circumstance, a man working lost his job is COVID. That's one thing, mama holding the fort, that's different. But as he said, year in, year out, you just home. I mean, all your way in from a place in the comment section, what all your Caribbean moment. So
I grew up seeing the man working all the time.
Therefore, I know you have some seeing men going out there. So, but what we see is women kind of babying men, boy. Like women having men like if they die this little son. You know what I mean?
Not
so
Abby.
this one.
Hell no, not
me.
What do you think?
Definitely not me.
What ladies tell you guys, what all you think about a man just being home? Different to the children part and COVID and you lost your job, and we understand that. We're not trying to put anybody under pressure like that. But we're talking about just being home. What is all you think?
No,
I'm not having a man just being home. That's a big issue for me.
Yeah.
Lost chance.
Yeah. I think you will know that before you get to enter into a relationship, that the man just always hanging around. That is a big turn-off. When you talk about turn-offs, that
is a big turn-off. A man not working, sitting home.
Yeah.
Imagine every morning you getting up, going to work, and then coming back home and meeting that person just there home.
Exactly.
probably the same way you left them, probably in bed, you come back and meet them in bed, or you meet them on the chair, and then you leave them on the chair and you come back and meet them on the chair. I had a
and they meet more ways in the thing.
Oh, God, boy.
Yeah. That is thing to trip you off.
That is a turn up. I would never go in a relationship with that. I would just walk away because I see that not for me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we can't deal with that.
Yeah,
I can't deal with that. That's turn off, a big turn off.
Yeah, because women are nurturers, sorry. And we know how things put away in the house, and men don't have that unique type of nurturing like a woman. You know, we have things we do certain way, and when a man do it, it don't be right.
It will be the same way like you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for he to be doing things that I supposed to be doing, and he not doing it how I want it to be done, best thing you go and work and leave me home, let me do what I have to do. I rather it that way.
Right now, we're not going to dispute the fact that it have men who could well cook good, It have men who just cook better than women. It have men who really know how to keep a house in order. It have some men like that,
But
and it even have some, and there are
very
also some
few,
men who
though.
are able to, well, let us give them a little props, that could actually have that nurturing inside of them. You're giving them the props. So Lauren is saying everything is balanced. Balance is critical in all relationships. Both persons in the relationship should state their expectation from the very beginning. Adding very. Yes, so if it is, as Lion rightfully said, in this day and age, people can't live off of one salary. You need a combined salary to make things happen. Right? Sonali saying, who, which, and what grown woman you know doing that? According to my ancestors, investing in a living space heater. Right? So we're not, the ladies on the live, not for the man sitting home, scratching, playing games, and just hanging around the house doing nothing. No income. We are not for that.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Trevor G, will you sit around at home?
What I realize is that we're talking about relationship, but some people don't even know themselves as an individual. So if you didn't understand yourself as an individual and where you are placed right now and how you're really supposed to function as a unique individual to know yourself, right? Know yourself, and then you shall know the gods. If you know yourself and you understand where you are placed, you understand that you are your own cosmos, you understand your influence and everything here, that is a strong point to be before you even enter a relationship, because some people don't know themselves and they're in a relationship and they don't understand things. In knowing yourself, you could even as well to understand the other gender. You're supposed to really understand women even before you get into a relationship with them. You're supposed to have an understanding of men even before you get into a relationship with them. So sometimes we go into things and we are wrongfully placed. We fall in love, whatever, the butterflies and the emotion, and that's just lost most of the time, infatuation and stuff. And the side of it where it's really spirit and soul and where you're really supposed to understand and connect and know, you do have that. And then you get into what we call relationship and marriage and thing, and boom, problems. So I think if we didn't make progression naturally, we cannot really expect to enter certain types of things like relationships and expect it to be completely successful. You know, we'll be fighting up a lot.
No.
A lot of us fight up
the other
along.
thing, I mean, it starts from young. If it is they have, children at home, and they turn 18 or they reach 17, they can start working, right? And if it is you encourage them to just sit down at home, it don't bound to be that they're getting into a romantic relationship or anything like that, Just having a man home doing nothing and eating out all the food in the house, using up the water and electricity, your bill just going up because he may be playing video games whole day.
You just say eating all the food in the house.
Yeah, eating all the food because all know man does eat plenty, right?
Oh God, hey.
Eating all the food in the house and you there trying to make ends meet, and you just sit down like normal, like you still a child. That don't make sense.
it happening. It's happening a lot, and I realize that we have put women in a very uncomfortable position because of our choices, and we could say the family unit and different sorts of things. But I mean, to feel that you're that comfortable to allow one person to bear the burden, regardless of where you are in life, that is not even fair on any way, shape, or form. So, ladies, tell us. Well, I hear some people saying they're not proposing to no man. What about Trevor? You think ladies have a misconception of what the role is? Trevor, tell me if you think ladies have lost their direction as women in the home. I cause it bacchanal.
Before I put begin and hear the ladies and them plenty. I hear Chica, I hear you, I hear me, and I hear the other three ladies.
But they ain't listening good, Trevor. You ain't paying attention. You're talking. But the question is to you right now.
Oh my God! I think that women lost their role in the home.
They lose their direction.
Well, as I say, I think that where we are here is really not where we're supposed to be, and where we are is where we should be. Some of us are here and we are. It's like being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Some of us are here and he talk about old school and I is old school and things. I really think I'm old school. I am adaptable. I have seen my own self adapt to a lot of different things that I thought that, yeah, see this, I want this and I want that. And then I realized how, with knowledge and with wisdom, transformation take place in me to cause me to adapt and to, not really change, but develop in different ways. Sometimes we're not about developing. Women in the home, what is a home? You could construct your home how you want. You understand what I mean? So it's not like no one set way that you have. It have homes where women really supposed to really lead in it. Because some men they really ain't mature enough yet to do that complete leadership. But it doesn't mean that he's making less of a man. There will be homes where a man will completely lead. There will be homes where it have such a uniting togetherness that it don't even have a leader, but everybody just understand how to operate. So there's no really cut and dry up. This is how it should be, and that is how it should be. Because that's like you bring me down to religion, certain something, and everybody have to be the same way. I don't think that it should be like that. I think that there's some opening. Now there's a lot of things that I don't submit to as well, too, of course, because within that mix, they will have different people who fighting for different rights in the world. That is their world, And in my mind, I think that your home could be constructed properly once you understand who you are.
Right. So let's go to the comment section. Julie is saying that she got into a relationship with a working guy after he lost his job, and she was still working. She said he was very good in the house, clean up and cook. And she went as far as opening a mat for him. And that's when everything changed. He bust the mat and I was out there working hard. Sonali saying some women don't know better, yet they don't fully understand. So, Julie Gill,
wow,
you real good to open up, and I must say, not all women will open up a little business or whatever business it is for the man. They will say you have to fend for yourself. So that is that's real different. We ain't going to find women doing that out here, right? You might quicker see a man organizing a little small business, a little mini mart. So,
Julie, I wasn't aware of this, Abdurrahman. You started business. I have already for you to put together. So Abby, we have Abby in the house, we have Jazan, we have Candy Barbara. All your weigh in on this topic for me, please. Abby, we start with you, then we go to Jazan, then we go to Candy Barbara.
I think what the clip was talking about, especially Steve, where the lack of men in the home. and where the young fellas growing up seeing their mom, have to be fighting up with 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet. Now they're seeing women providing the aunt, the grandma, because men ain't home, always single mother, and it's like a norm. We make it normal to see that kind of stuff. Back in the days, it wasn't that normal. I can remember my mom said that her granny saw one of her cousins looking at a girl sexually in their teens, and she grabbed the boy and carried him by the girl parents to get them to marry. Because, old people back in the days married young, whatever, get them sorted. Because they don't believe in men having, them kind of relationship. And when fellas seeing that the mom doing all that thing, financially and whatever, they probably think to themselves, yeah, that's what a woman's supposed to do. So men now are actually getting lazy and expect women to give them money so that they can fix themselves, which I find is a no-no. To me, this is ridiculous. And where there's a lack of alpha male not teaching the young ones coming up how to be a man, if that continues, then women wouldn't need men anymore, just as sperm donors. That's just my point of it.
Right. Candy.
As the absence of men being in the home, that is an issue. So as Abby said, you grow up only seeing your mom, your grandmom, your aunts, and they are the ones who provided. So you growing up, you have in your mind as a female, you have to kind of like develop in your mind what is really the role of a man. And then with the absence of men, boys now have to find a way to, okay, this is what it takes to be a man. Because as much as we females are nurturing, we really cannot teach our boy children how to be a man. Right? So men have their roles and women have their roles. And sometimes as women, and I think too, now that we all becoming educated and we holding down particular positions like managerial positions, even at home, we want to tell the man how to lead the house, how to do everything rather than have a conversation. So sometimes we find we women overstep, right? So if the overstepping of roles, that sort of kind of thing. I think that a man should always feel as though he's the leader of the home, he's in control, especially when he knows exactly what his role is, being a provider, professing, protector, and those sort of things. We really have to look at the absence of men away from the home, and that's really a huge problem right there.
I agree.
Especially when we look at it in the Caribbean perspective.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, it's sad to say, most of the men are just sperm donors. They deposit their sperm. sorry to sound like they deposit their sperms and then they move on, right? Right? And they have all these children all over.
Oh my God!
Place, right? And I mean, oh God, sorry to sound. I'm not generalizing, but I remember when I was growing up, a lot of my friends will say, I don't want no oil man, or I don't want no man working offshore, I don't want no petroleum man, right? Because they tend to have this reputation of just being sperm donors and having a lot of women. So, men need to not be away from the home. Even if you and the woman separate, you still have to find a way to include yourself in your children's life. You really need to teach real women. Yes, Ryan, I'm glad you put back in.
Very come to mind now. It's true. I agree. I would say all that too.
Everything's going
What
on.
we should expect in a man.
I start off the
Teach our
life in
boys.
a neutral scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I stand up for fathers all here. You see this thing? What we want to do is move forward from the past. This is my view. Anytime when you make statements like men are, that's a blanket statement. You know, the most of them are, it's blanket statements we're making. What we want to do is encourage that it should change. So let us see, you know, let us speak good things into the future from the men, not Trevor.
If the cap fit, Lion.
No, you can't make a blanket statement because they are good fathers as well as they are bad mothers.
They
Right?
are.
But listen what I'm
They
saying.
are.
This is not man against woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you see how the vibes change because you latch on to the energy. And that is the wrong thing. Because when you bring up something like that, there is a particular energy that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't want to perpetuate that energy. Yeah? So just that. I hear you're proposing in England. Eh?
I ain't proposing to nobody. Is it? I propose, yeah, I propose
Right?
many
So,
times.
Just wait for me on your vibration thing, yeah.
To be honest, the same thing what Abby and Candy was saying, I totally was going to say the same thing because it's a balance. I mean, when we're growing up, obviously my mother, I was growing up with my mom. I didn't have my dad. So I see my mother work and do everything for me. So it was like, you know, it's a different bracket of seeing a man just sitting home when I know my mom, my father was not wrong to go, you know, to do things, but my mother was father and my mom was mom and dad in one. So really, the same thing as Abby was saying, you know, you can't sit around with a man doing nothing and then you have to be going out there and work. I don't want that life for my kids to see that example. I have a man, he works, we do 50-50. It's not one person doing it, you know. And you know, you have kids, you know what I mean? That's not how, you know. But I totally agree with what Abby said. I was going to say the same thing. It's totally the same, you know. That's
then again, because it have more of the, how to put it nicely, more of the fatherless homes, than the homes with the two parents.
With the two parents, yes.
Balance right there because
There's
there's
an
more of the fatherless homes. You're going to get a lot of males slacking off. You know?
All right, so let me jump in here now. Right? So the reality is that there are more women than men. That's one. Right? That is like a fact. There are more women than men. So you will definitely find that there are some homes that the father may not be present. You won't have that nuclear family that people like to talk about. You'll get a lot of homes where it's just the mom, right? And the thing about it is, even though the father may not be there physically every single day, he still plays a role. He really plays that he will provide, he will protect, right? And he could profess, as Steve was saying, his love for his children. He don't need to be there physically all day long. Because I sure women will like when it says the man could go out, make the money and bring it back. Because I hear women say once it is he bringing the money, I all well and good. It have women who talk like that, right? They're all well and good. So it's not that, it have some men, they believe in having, like Trevor G, a polygamous relationship. There are some men they able to have, depending on the culture, they could have more than one wife, but it doesn't mean to say it's a single parent home or he is just a sperm donor, right? And then depending on the situation, you don't know why that relationship ended either, right? So it has so many.
Can you just call out Trevor? Wait. I like
yes, I just call him out.
We have a hot seat today. So you're calling out for partner here.
Yeah. Who like polygamy.
So Trevor, as you have both team ladies, because let me tell you something, these ladies could tear you apart, come like you're walking that cave and there's only lion. It's always tell people be careful how you're coming. But I always believe I always believe I like to hear multiple perspectives. That's the beauty of life. Abby will disagree with certain things. Chica might disagree. I enjoy it very much to hear difference of opinion. So since we are the rules of male and female, and Chica call out my boy Trevor in polygamy, on a sidebar. Yeah, on a sidebar. Ladies, what you think about a polygamous relationship? Bird team ladies, fire away.
Sonali saying, growing up, I saw my older siblings' dad play an active role in their lives, even though my dad was there, and he too played a role in their lives. Yeah, so some of us are very fortunate to have that father figure role, because I did for my, entire life. The father figure, the man working. If it had nothing, he will look for things to do even around the house. Right? So I was fortunate enough to see that. So definitely I want no lazy man around. Yeah, so ladies, Candy Barbara, we're doing a sharing here with us.
It's not for me personally. But if one of my friends, that is what they want, no fine by me. But me on a personal note, first of all, I can't afford it.
Why you say, what do you mean by you can't afford it? No, you being with a man who have more than one woman and you're living in unity.
Nah, boy. I can't make.
Alright, so Candy saying she can make. Jazan.
I don't think I can do it.
Jazan said she will pack the man bag.
Hold on.
Yes, I'm putting him out, yes.
Candy Barbara. Team Sagittarius, don't forget. Candy Barbara, we had a discussion about something similar to this some moons ago, yes?
Yes, we did.
Lovely. Continue.
But Lion, I can't make.
Well,
like Candy had tried it out.
No.
Okay. Alright, I just checked to see if you had tried it out.
No.
Abby, waiting. Hi, Maria. Good evening.
But they're thinking about it, That's like
Trevor J, you see these cheeks and thing? How nice and fat and juicy that because I'm greedy. I don't like to share. Yeah, sorry.
So Trevor, the ladies on the live not sharing.
No.
I'm not sharing either. I'm not sharing.
I want you for myself. I not share with nobody.
Ladies say they're not sharing. No, I think that some women, how they see it as now, is that they can benefit from one another in the home. So one woman might say, no, well, I wouldn't have to cook or I wouldn't have to clean. This person could do this section, I do this section, the next one do the other section. And they share the duties. Right? So it's a woman who think like it's a woman who say, hey, what if it have another woman coming in and they could actually live together, it have some women comfortable and they can live with one another in unity and share whatever duties they have around the home. It have women like that.
People, if you're now joining us, the topic is men or women, the new men, based upon, I have to commend women for, trying the best, the situations that the family facing, even, the women really try their best. I wouldn't, in this particular aspect, women try to keep the home together, they try to make sure nobody is starved, but we're not yet to point any fingers and to blame society or blame man or blame whatever is the case. And as Chica said, sometimes in homes it have an uncle, it have a grandfather, and I think that is what we're trying to focus on. Because whatever male is there should hold the responsibility. And sometimes we forget that even, I remember back in the days it had like Big Brother programs. where people who enjoyed community development work, they would have a Big Brother program. And for guys or young men who, is single parent families, they would lend that type of support and it had big sister, that kind of thing for young girls. Because it had fathers who were taking care of daughters as well. And I think that community, Granny always tell me, it's not your mother raised you, it's the community will raise you. And I think we lack in that. Right? Because as Shika say, even if you watch the percentages from men to women, it's gonna have that off balance in the home. But the balance could come back from community. So I think people who want to get involved in community aspect.
Yeah.
So we just don't want to talk and bash down the man because man never did and his dog and chalala. We want to have some kind of resolution to the conversation. And people who love the community, we could start a big sister. Trevor could start a Big Brother, right? And long time if your neighbor didn't see you on Slackness again, clout from the neighbor. And then when the neighbor carry home and tell your mother, daddy clout in your last. Right? And then when mommy clout you, she hiding from daddy, if it had daddy in the house, because you don't get 2 set of licks already. Before, parents, whether it be female dominant or male dominant in the homes, had more contact with the teachers in the school.
Well, I'm sure what you are doing up there. In class.
Before, when it had parents meeting, look at our educators here. When it had a parents meeting back in the days, the place full enough. Because if that parent waited to talk to your teacher, and when that teacher gave the parent the report, and it ain't too wholesome, and the parent reach back home, whether it be a daddy, a sister, auntie, whoever come back home, you have some clout again.
And some of them not even waiting for parents there. They're coming in to check up on you.
So if we see a nice thing to promote is that Big Brother, Big Sister program in your community. Because to sit down and say, well, we're waiting for the men to step up. And these kind of little dumb statements to me. We have no control over human beings, right? If a man decides to be in the home or not, is he going to choose to be in the home or not? But if we are part of the solution,
yes, be the change you want to see.
If we are the part of the solution, it's easy to come and say, well, man, don't be there. Just like Trevor shared, is that issues with even, we don't go off topic, but the vaccine and mandates are different topics. I ain't see nobody lobbying, You could be a lobbyist. If it really is in your heart, then be part of the solution and not part of the mass of people just talking on Facebook and condemning and doing. Be part of the solution. So we have a lot of ladies, we are Abby here, we are England here, we are Candy here, we are Chica here, we are people on the live. You all could just decide to impact young girls in your community. And so too the fellas could mentor. You don't need, that is all you need, because you're seeing a need. And if we see a need, then we're supposed to be part of the solution. I mean, what we saying, mother?
That sounds all well and good, Lion, but
good.
But the change of the times now, how even the community is distant. If you're lucky to get a good morning from a neighbor, count your blessings. I don't even know my neighbor's name. That is to tell you how distant people are getting. People are sticking to themselves. They don't want to know if your house getting break down once it's not theirs. People they have distanced themselves. I don't know if it's over the years, how things with technology and whatever, nobody wants to know anymore. So even though we may try to come up with a solution, but would the community want to take part? That's the thing. Will you be able to drag your kids away from the video games and the cell phones in this day and age? Like I said, it sounds good, but due to the distance of people nowadays, it's going to be hard. And all we could do
No.
is talk, because I think there's not much is going to change in this day and age.
Well, I will say it depends on, our mindset, and if it is we want to make that change, and if it is, as Lion like to use, the olive branch. Because I must say that I'm fortunate enough that I didn't have that experience where I had to beg for a morning from a neighbor, or beg for a morning just walking out in the street. In the community, people are very much pleasant, sometimes maybe overly pleasant as well, right? So, I mean, I guess it's the community that you are in and maybe the experiences that you have, because persons become distant from others when it is they have a lot of bad experiences. Really and truly, if you didn't have a bad experience, I mean, sometimes I will tell basically everybody on the road good morning, but it's just me, right? Well, not everybody on the road, right? But it really depends on your mindset and the community in which you live in and the experiences that you had, right? So Abby, maybe your neighbors, they had bad experience, and maybe see, because even when it is we spoke about like things like domestic violence and any abuse in the home, and you make a report to the police, and then the woman say, nah, I just wanted the police to talk to him, or you try to they may try to intervene because they see a man beating a woman at the side of the road, and then the woman say, no, don't hit him, and the man turn around and want to beat you now. All these things, and they may say, here what I stay out of people's business. And I think that's what it is. When it is people maybe getting involved or maybe try to give some kind of helping hand, the reaction, the responses, the things that would have happened with, trying to give a helping hand, it was received in a positive light. So I think that is the reason that it has that barrier.
It could be.
It
could
in
be.
the community.
Don't worry, Abby.
It's the difference between...
I'll give a proposal, Abby. I will give a proposal.
Not for me, Lion. Sorry.
But to add to the community development, the vibes in the community, give or take. But you can always meet young people what they like. And I was involved in basketball, still am. And the young men that was around me for 12 years, right? So I had these guys from the age of maybe 13 all the way up to across 20, right? These are the guys I had. And because of the common love for sport, I could have imparted good things to them. When they have this youth home, they come and coach. When they reach the stage of a girlfriend, coach, the girl. So we as men, we look for mentors. But some of us look for it in the wrong places. Right now, the mentors are them rap artists on them. People that don't understand. Them hip hop artists on them, they're the new mentors. So if you notice, look how they dress, how they walk, how they talk, how they behave. It look just like them them on BT and DH. Is it because that is what they're consuming? So whereas yet technology has changed, young people have things they gravitate to. Sport is one of the most powerful ones. Sport keep me out of trouble. I could have gravitated to all kind of folly. I was living in an area where gun thing is easy thing that you PhD in gun and robbery and thing. You're learning that faster than maths and English. And because I just gravitate to sport to start is what keep me away from being influenced, right? By elements that are not right. And I think we could, with positivity, we could still touch the young people.
Yeah, meet them where they are, as I said. Meet them where they are.
I'm not going to throw them down and say, well, it's our technology. And yeah, it always had. It always had. Even if it's rampant now, still. But it have things there's gravitate to and it is like and it can influence them from there. Because that is where they're getting the influences in the first place. Yeah?
Even the church have a role to play in it, because some young people go to church because their parents make them go to church, but there are attractions in church that could draw them, like
young people that
ministry or these different things.
Even have, as we know, Best Village, things. It have other
Yeah.
activities in the community, whether it's anything in theater arts. It have so many things. Sports and theater.
Yeah.
And
So
you
we
find them,
need
whether they like
that.
dance, music, whatever, drama, it always have something somewhere wrong. And it's just to let them know that it is there, because sometimes they don't know what it have out there. So let them know this is here. And if it is, see, this is what they, and I mean, even the parents too, if it is, they take, you know, they focus on their child and they know this is what the child is interested in. Some parents just want them to do whatever, what I say, do what I say, what I want you to do. And when they do that, that is when the children is go astray. And they don't allow them to be themselves, be their own individual. And that is where the problem starts.
Sometimes parents try to live their dreams or
True.
what they
Through the
wanted
kids.
through their
Mhm.
children. So what they
Yeah.
wasn't
Correct.
able to achieve, now that they have children, they want to see their children achieve the things that they so that is what has caused a lot of issues there as well.
What also causes issue is race. And that's a big, that's a big problem over on my side. The discrimination, the biasness. So even though, just say, Chika J open up a dance studio and she got different races coming to the class. Now, if Chika was, focused on the black dancers, the white ones, the Indian ones, all the other races may feel a bit left out. It have that going on now. Even the footballers, the coaches and them will focus on only certain students. So even though where it may still have programs available for community to come together, you will always and forever get that biasness, that discrimination due to the different races. And they are being taught at home as well.
Yeah, so I think we know, as I say, what is the solution, and the change has to start with us as individuals. If it is we don't start, we can't expect to receive it from anyone else. And I believe in what you put out there, you receive it. So you wanna give positivity, give kindness, all the good things out there, and it will be returned. That's just me.
Solutions.
All right, so if
We're talking about finding solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go on, Trevor.
We're talking about finding solutions. I'll go quite back to when Lion talked about community, and I had that as a thing where it is that men are really coming together. And this have nothing to do. I don't prescribe to what society say. Our society, I think we make our own reality, right? I know that. I don't, right? And I think men not really coming together per se to do positive things, to be community as well as women. Maybe they are doing it. I shouldn't say make a blanket statement, but I see it being done. But I think it needs to be done a little more. Solution, just like Lion, I've been involved in youth group, youth ministry, youth this, youth that, youth sport.
Yeah,
and
for sure,
right
man.
now you can
One time good we see come out of youth program. Yeah, man. Yeah, we affect plenty good.
So I know what working with people is about, and finding solutions. I have a Facebook page called Positive Roots up in here. I have a Facebook page called Righteous Polygyny Advocates, created about 8 years ago, where we have thousands of people and hundreds of people discussions on polygyny and that kind of stuff. And you have women commenting, and I've known some of them personally in Trinidad and Tobago, rub shoulders with them, being same group with them and stuff. I think so. I'm thankful for having a wide scope of life and a wide scope of experience in certain things. And we are about finding solution, community, maturity. Sometimes people, I would put in maturity. You're not mature enough to embrace certain things. You're not mature enough to embrace a gift like a woman. Some women not mature enough to embrace a gift like a man, so they don't treat it properly. Solutions, finding solutions. Some people are really poor in spirit, in the sense of they're not developing spirit, so they really can't. They don't know how to deal with certain things. When you come together as relationship, as you all say, men and women, there's two main things. Love don't work all the time. And spirit, in terms of spirituality and where you are together, connected in spirit, that is maybe higher than love, right? And maybe love comes out of that. So sometimes you don't connect on those levels yet, but you want to bear the fruit of certain things. So mankind right now is returning back to a place where there's oneness of male and female, right? There's the duality, and now we return into that oneness. So I find that with that battle with women trying to be men, and men don't know if there's men and they want to be women now, and all this kind of thing. So that's what we experience right now in this new age. The pains of a new age that's taking place right now here. But communication is a great thing, and more discussions, you know?
Whichever.
Yeah, man.
Them gyal they taking that polygamy shot this still.
No problem. Well, you could join my group there, right? Just Polygyny Advocates. There's hundreds of women who are
I don't see them. But this squad here.
The thing about that, right? The thing about that is understanding yourself, understanding your heritage, understanding what you want a king, but a king have many queens. All the kings back in the days.
We're going to discuss this in our next. Real talk. So Trevor, you're going to take me out. You want to thank everybody. Yes, so you're going to take me out with the phone.
Yeah.
And we say I don't throw a wine. Candace say she looking to see what ways it have for these two women. You have to have real ways for two women, you know. And Tika cool. So we going out to the Trevor, take me out. Let me go with me. This was Real Talk Live. Abby? I don't hear taking that shit.
Abby ain't taking that at all.
They continue we did a polyandry and a polygamy live already, but we could do a part 2 with everybody, and we could real mash up one another with this and go to the distance of how we were, you know, because in reality, if we were to go back to the motherland and we were to take ourselves out of the indoctrination that we had before, technically the African race, you know, it didn't have this one man to woman scenario. This was placed upon our brains. Just see, right? So, some point in time we will get
revisit.
Yeah. Trevor, take me out there. I ain't going to that. Take me out.
So this one is called
Get
a Parang. This is about a lady friend of mine who I met online. And she wanted to get a parang, and I had also give she the parang in she inbox. So take it in. Hey, story time again. This is about a lady friend who I met online. Never heard of parang music till she linked up with the G, so I didn't waste any time. We met online. She was searching through Caribbean music. To her it was new, make her feel to move. Her body structure like a music earthquake, she shaking all over. She says she like the beat and want to feel what I have to make her enjoy some more parang music all night. She want to get a parang. Well, feel my parang in she inbox. She want to get a parang in she inbox. Oh, hear my parang. Messenger was the only way that she and I used to communicate. Frustrated with the 12 hours timeline apart, like a zombie in the day, cause I waking up late. She says she like the beat and want to feel what I have to make her enjoy some more parang music all night. She want to get a parang. Or feel my parang. She want to get a parang. Or hear my parang. Waiting to feel my parang from night till morning. Wanna play my quattro. Looking forward for parang in Lopino. Sereno, 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 sereno. Es tu son sereno de la madura. She says she like the beat and want to feel what I have to make her enjoy some more parang music all night. She want to get a parang in she inbox. Or feel my parang in she inbox. She want to get a parang in she inbox. Or hear my parang. These are the foreigners. Welcome, welcome. All the foreigners, welcome, welcome. The land of Paransuka, welcome, welcome. All of visitors, welcome, all the ladies, welcome inside. She says she like the beat and want to feel what I have to make her enjoy some more parang music all night. She want to get a parang, or feel my parang. She want to get a parang. Oh, hear my parang. Only want to get a parang. All the ladies who want to feel my parang in the inbox. Sereno, 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 sereno. Thank you very much for having me, Burn Team. Real talk, much love. Sure that you was here.